Thank you so much. I love and appreciate so much, so many things, but sorry, I get annoyed real quick.
I love and appreciate so many things, but my guidance system works when I focus on things that are not valuable to me or not of value to me. Next.
Yeah, but a lot of that is people. And I know we need people. I need people. I guess I want to know, how do I get out of that, over that?
Well, you're really going to like this eventually. So it's a big world out there full of all kinds of variety, things wanted and unwanted, and that you have the ability to tune yourself to a frequency that causes you to attract or allow. In other words, attraction is about a desire and an allowing of that desire. And so whether we're talking about the world at large, or really the universe at large, or whether we're talking about one person at large, each person is a microcosm of the whole thing. Within every particle of the universe there is wanted and unwanted, which means within every human there are those things that you want to attract and those things that you don't want to attract. So our question to you is, what have you got going on vibrationally that causes you to attract things in other people that you don't want?
That's what I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter specifically what it is, but it is helpful for you to acknowledge that this is me doing this to me, not you asserting that to me.
I do know that.
Well, then why are we having this conversation?
Well,
because if you really did know that, your conversation would have gone like this: Abraham, I have not yet figured out how to tune myself precisely, and therefore in my sloppy offering of vibration, I am in a sloppy way attracting things that I don't want from others. What should I do? And we say, tune it up. Because the other option that humans want to be the answer is teach them to be different. Teach them to offer only things I want. That's the only thing that's not good for you about a cruise like this.
I know. Well,
It will spoil you.
I would just avoid everyone, but that doesn't work.
The thing about that is, because in every particle of the universe is wanted and unwanted, if you avoid it, but here's the thing, we want you to avoid it too. We want you to avoid it by tuning to what you do want. There's no exclusion. When you say no to something, when you try to avoid that, you're actually activating it more. When you go to another place, you take your vibrating you with you, and then it shows up over there, and then you go to another place. So you're always on the run. Always on the run. I'm avoiding you. Where are you going? 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 To bed. I'm so tired from avoiding.
Can you give me just a tip that said, just say, here comes someone, and what should I?
Here's the thing. Tuning before is what we call pre-paving. So meditation will help you, because meditation will put you in sync with your inner being. And when you're really in sync with your inner being, you won't feel that way about anybody. Your inner being finds the best, only sees the best, only vibrates with the best of everyone. We're not playing with you in this way to make you feel bad, because everyone does it. But it's such an important thing to know that the freedom from the negativity that you seek is all within your own ability to focus. And doing it before you walk into the room is much better than getting in there and then trying to do it. Because if you wait till you get in there and the momentum's already underway, then it really is an exercise of action, and then an exercise of avoidance, and then you don't accomplish it, and you just repeat the cycle again and again and again. Think about most people, everyone wants to feel good, and it does feel good when you are in agreement with your inner being, and therefore you translate that to believe erroneously that it feels good to be in agreement with others. And so most humans spend their whole life trying to get agreement from others, and it's so exhausting. Don't you find yourself in conversation wanting people to agree with you? And when they do, you feel so satisfied. And don't you waste so many hours of conversation trying to get them to understand you, to get you, to agree with you? And it's ever so much more pleasant to just come into sync with who you are. Then it's not urgent, you see, because what you're wanting to do is fill that void, and the void can only be filled with the alignment that your inner being offers. And once you've got that alignment, then you can offer it to others, but don't look to get it from them.
Okay. I'm going to have to, I don't want to say work on it, but work on it.
Well, it's nice that you know that it matters to you, and pre-paving really is the key. Segment intending means realize you're walking into a new segment, and set your intentions softly and be gentle about it, and acknowledge things like you're getting better and better at it. Don't you find yourself, because you are a keen observer and you're also very insightful, you have empathy in that you read vibrations, you're sort of like an open, ready to receive being who wants to be a little more discriminating about what you want to receive. It would be like being a tuner on a radio that isn't finely set, so when you turn it on you just get static, and it doesn't really matter how you turn the knob, you just get mostly a combination of everything. You're not tuning finely enough to really hear something come through clear. And so isn't it nice that you know when you're not doing that, and won't it feel satisfying when you do that? So the same thing that makes you a keen appreciator, and you are, is also the other end of that stick. When you are a keen appreciator, Esther's been saying to herself and to others, anybody who's around really, I'm becoming, or I have become, a vibrational snob, which means I like feeling good, which means I got to tune myself, because controlling others isn't possible. Sometimes Esther teases that it's something that she maybe should put on that form you sign when you're coming to one of these gatherings. I understand that I can't go back, and that once I accomplish vibrational alignment with who I really am, I won't be happy if I'm not in alignment with who I really am. I will be more sensitive, and that's what's happened to you. You're more sensitive to that vibration that isn't finely tuned. So you begin acknowledging, I want to be more sharply tuned with my inner being. And the other thing that we want you to remember is that every subject is really two subjects, and so that appreciation that you are on the other end of that is finding fault. And the sharper you refine your ability to appreciate, the sharper you're refining your ability to see the other end of it. So it becomes more and more important for you to pay attention to which end you are focused upon. Yes? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes.
And doesn't it let you off the hook a little bit?
It sure does, yeah. And I appreciate everybody here.
Well, they're nice.
It wasn't these guys. And you.
This crowd is easy.
This is great.
This crowd is easy. They will spoil you. They will make you ill-prepared to go out into the real world.
I'm ready. Thank you.